name is Emelifonwell Oge of Let Us Farm. So today we want to learn about sizes of feed we use in feeding our fishes. The major reason for this is that most people don't understand the implications of the sizes of feed they use to feed their fishes. So that's what we're going to be looking at today so that we can know more on how to make the best take the best advantage of this and have a nice result. So I'll be right back. My name is Emily Fonwell of Let Us Farm. So if today is your first time of seeing me, what I do here is to look for practical solutions to solving our different agric problems. So today, basically, we are talking about fish feed using in feeding fishes in catfish, be it any type of catfish. We want to talk about the sizes of feed used that can make us to have the best of the results in this project. Ask me any questions about this, and I will be able to explain further. If you are having challenges, current challenges in your farm, what you simply do is just do a 2 to 3 minute video showing me exactly what this problem is and send it to 081 353 48909, and I will give you a solution that will solve this problem. Remember, all this I do, they are free. It's just a support. I feel I can help you in that my small little way. So I want to sincerely thank everybody that has been following me on all my platforms, and the feedbacks I get of people learning and achieving great from this. I am very, very happy, and I want you all to always try and listen to what I say. In case you are having issues understanding what I'm saying, just drop it on the comment section and I will be able to explain further. And please remember, Let Us Farm is not forming any WhatsApp page. So in case someone contacts you that Let Us Farm is forming any, so please discard that. I don't have a hand in that. So having said that, now if you understand, we have various sizes of feed. When I'm talking about feed here, I'm not talking about people that use things that are not computed feed. I'm talking of computed feed. We have different sizes. We have from the sizes of 0.2, 0. A lot of sizes. Now, I want to look at these feed sizes that will give you the best of result, starting from the your juvenile. Now, there are different sizes of juvenile that are sold. So it depends on where you are buying from. And most of the times, why these sizes vary is the price that you are pricing your seller. Because the moment the prices don't favor the sellers, what they do is that they sell you post fingerlings as juvenile. Yes, but the sizes definitely will be bigger than your fingerlings. Even sometimes when people go to price ridiculously that they want to buy fingerlings, the price ridiculously. What the seller will do is that he will give you fries as fingerlings, and you will think you are buying fingerlings. Meanwhile, you are buying fries. It is what we when you some of these sellers, you put pressure on them. They need to make money and they need to sell their goods. So they will offer you based on what your money is talking about. Nobody wants to go on a shortage because of any other thing like that. So that's why I always advise people, when you are doing things, always try and reason it. Don't just think that you are smart. In this thing, everybody will always look for a way to meet up. So that's the basic truth. Now, I want to look at these fish sizes from juvenile, because my advice is, if you are a new farmer, it is best for you to start from juveniles. The complications may be too much for a new farmer on fingerlings, but at the end of the day, it is your own choice. So I'm looking at these feed sizes from juvenile. Now, when you buy your juvenile, if you look at the juvenile that is quite small, not that big, even if you don't, you can decide to start with 1.8. The reason why you're starting with 1.8 is to make sure that even the smallest one there can pick it. But if you are buying juveniles that are big, that's the normal standard juvenile. Even if you ask the person selling to you, what is the size of feed he was given before buying, that will give you a clearer picture of where you're going. So you start, if it is small, you start with 1.8. If it's okay, the seller confirmed is using 2 mm, you can start from 2 mm. Now, there is a logic here. The reason for sizes of feed, let me explain this, because people make a lot of assumption. Some people say that if you give fishes the higher it makes them to have weight. There are some things we don't understand. Composition of feed is meant to accommodate the ages of the feed of the fish. What do I mean? Smaller fishes need more protein so that they will grow faster. So as they are getting older, you reduce the amount of protein content in the feed. That is what these companies do. That is the standard procedure. As it's going bigger and aging, the protein content is reduced and the fiber and carbohydrate content is increased. What this indirectly is telling you is that if a fish that is supposed to be eating more of protein is giving more of fiber and carbohydrate, you are just wasting the time of that fish. One, it's not going to grow where it's supposed to grow. Even that energy you think that you are converting to give you weight will not be feasible, because at that time, that is not what the body needs. It's just like a small baby growing. Instead of you feeding the small child very well, imagine a child of a year. Instead of you to feed the child very well, you now decide to be giving the child what a man of 70 years old is eating. Because as a man of 70 years old will not want to be eating too much fat, will not want to be eating too much protein, will not want to be eating too much protein. Everything becomes moderate to avoid some health issues. So if you give such kind of feed to the small baby, saying that the baby will have weight, you can see that it can never balance. Same is the same thing with fish. Now, these growths are planned with the feed that is made. So the ingredients of the feed is what determines. It's not the size of the feed. This is where many people make mistake. So for your best result, when you buy, depending on the size, either you start with 1.8 or you start with 2 feed size, because it has more protein and it has enough energy to boost the growth of the fish. Now, you give them, if they are a little bit smaller or you just want to make sure everything rhyme, give them that 1.8 for another 2 weeks. After that, you move to 2 mm. Let them stay on this 2 mm. Do not rush and go to the next level. Allow them to be eating this 2 mm until they complete 2 months and end 2 months. What do I mean? If they get to 2 months on the first of the month, by the end of that month, immediately they are touching first day of their 3 months old from juvenile, switch to 3 mm. 3 mm at that time still have high protein. So the growth rate of your fish at that time will still be going very okay. Apart from that, fishes can never grow at the same pace. What it simply means is that all of them cannot be the same size every time, no matter how good you are feeding them. Some may be slow eaters, so they cannot meet up with the fast eaters, because it's how they eat that they grow. So, but when you don't rush these feed sizes, when you remain where you are only trying to make sure that those smaller ones come up and meet the bigger ones, and also making sure that the bigger ones are growing at the normal pace. So by the time they are 3 months, you now go to your 3 mm. You feed them for that 3 mm for all that 3 months. Immediately they complete 3 months, the first day of their fourth month, go to 4 mm. Continue on that 4 mm until they complete 4 months. Once they get to 5 months, go to 6 mm. I don't know whether this is clear. So from that, you now know that at the completion of every month, you go to the next size of feed. This is what they're going to do until you sell the fish. Now, the idea that when fishes are 2 months, you now start giving them 6 mm to have more weight is false. You can actually do a small analogy with this to confirm. You can feed your fishes the same pace you are using to feed, share it into two different ponds, and weigh at the end of the day. That one you are giving the normal size of feed will weigh more than the one you are giving 6 mm. The logic is this: at 2 months, it's not all your fishes that can pick 4 mm. It's not all of them that can pick 6 mm. And the level of digestion of this feed will not be that easy because they are young. So their systems will not break down the molecules in this feed the way they will break down the ones that are supposed to be their age. So meaning that if they don't digest, they can't convert it to energy. They can't convert it to growth. So let us not be mumbling all these things, because many people have done it and have failed, but they don't still understand what happened. But this is the secret of what has happened. Most times you are rushing to beat the cost because the cost of 2 mm is more than the cost of 4 mm. But you don't ask yourself, why is that cost like that? It's not because of the size of the feed. The size is done by a machine that cut the size. But the reason is that the protein level in 2 mm is more than the protein level in the 4 mm. So also 1.8 mm is more expensive than your 2 mm and your 4 mm, because at that age they need more of protein than others. If you want to confirm what I'm saying, anytime you buy your company feed, kindly turn the back of the bag and look at the feed composition. There's always a tabulation where you see feed composition. You discover that the smaller feed has more protein than the bigger feed. So this is the best feed plan that you can use. One, it helps you to make sure that those smaller fishes, you don't have too much excess of small fishes in your pond. The more smaller fishes you have in your pond, the lesser the amount of profit you will have. But the more they are going at the same size, the more they are going at the same size, the more the money you have. Is there anything I have said you don't understand? Is there anything you want me to clear for you? Kindly drop that in the comment section and I will pick it up from there. And don't forget, if you've not followed this page, kindly follow this page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we have a lot and lots of things to expose to you for you to do best. And I have always said this, remember, don't forget, most of the times for the best result, your first 2 months should be on a foreign imported feed. Then the others should be on local company manufactured feed, not the ones you do yourself. If you want to formulate your feed, it's better when the fishes are like 4 months. But remember, you can't compare what you formulated to what the company gives. Take it to the bank. That's the truth. So most times you think the one you formulated is cheaper. Why it sounds cheaper to you is that sometimes where you are supposed to use protein material, you go and use carbohydrates. But at the end of the day, the result will tell you the differences. So until I come your way next, I remain yours, no Oge of Let Us Farm. Keep farming. It's a way of life.